Yo, what is going on everyone? Welcome back to another Destiny video. Guiding Light here, and in this video I'm going to show you guys a pretty simple and easy way for you guys to power level up your alternate characters. Now, the first character that you make in Destiny will definitely take quite some time to level up. Once you finish the storyline, you're going to have to grind out through strikes. You can also do tons of public events and some Crucible if you want to get some quick levels, and eventually you're going to get your power level up to about 260 to 265 by decrypting engrams and by going through other strikes. Now, once you make the second character, things get a lot easier, and by the time you make your third, they'll be even easier than that. Now, if you're planning on making a second and third character, this video will definitely help you guys level up those characters quite fast, and there's a few tips and a few tricks that I can actually give you guys early on so that you guys can get those levels out of the way as fast as possible, and you can try to get as many characters ready for the raid on Tuesday. That way, you can get them all done within the same week. Might even be able to get all 3 Nightfalls done as well before Tuesday so that you can do them all again next week as well. So this video will definitely help you guys to get some ranks extremely fast on your alternate characters. So first things first, guys, you're going to have to hit level 20. Now, in order to do that, you're going to need to knock out the Destiny storyline all over again. It can be quite tedious, as you probably just did it to level up your first character, but you will need to unlock all of the planets all over again and do the main storyline in order for this method to work. Now, there's other methods to level up. You can just strictly play Crucible if you really don't want to do the strike or the storyline all over again. But in order to follow this method, you will need to complete the storyline. So I just want to let you guys know that early on. You will need to do the story a second time. If that's not something you want to do, then this method will not work for you. Now, luckily, if you've already done the story once, you will be given one of these Fire Team medallions. Now, in my opinion, I really don't think you guys want to use this until you start your alternate character. If you pop this right when you start your alternate character, you'll be given about 4 hours of bonus XP, and that was enough time for me to get through a good majority of the storyline as I was just running through all of the missions. I wasn't watching cutscenes or anything like that because I had already did it once, and I was actually able to get through all of the storyline while this booster was still active and get pretty much all the way up to level 20. So try your best not to use that if you've already done it once. On your first character, you really don't want to use that medallion. You want to try to save it for your alternate characters, as it's going to help you reach level 20 extremely fast. Now, once you hit level 20, you're going to be taken to the Traveler, which is basically the new tower, and you're going to have tons of rewards waiting for you, but this is basically where the method comes in to start leveling up really quickly. Now, first things first, guys, you need to go back on your main character. You want to head to the tower, and you need to deposit your highest level weapons into your vault. Now, once you deposit all of the highest level weapons that you guys have into your vault, you need to have back onto the alternate character and pick them back up. That way, all you're going to need to actually get is legendary gear. You can just use your main character's power level to get high level weapons that will then immediately transfer over to your alt, giving you a little bit of a boost to your light level. So here I am on my alt, going to pick up the weapons that are my maximum level that I could get on my main account, which is 265. I haven't really gotten many drops beyond 265 besides exotics, and that one legendary that you see there. Those are the only things that I've gotten to drop beyond 265, and you're going to need to do the Nightfall or some other high level activity in order to get drops beyond 265 unless you have exotics. So you will need to transfer those weapons over to your character and equip them. That right there is the first step to this method, and it's going to give you a pretty decent boost to your level. As you can see, I'm already up to 235 just by equipping these weapons. Now all I have to worry about is the gear. So getting gear on your alternate character can be pretty simple, just depending on how you want to do it. If you really want to go and grind them out again, just like you did the first character, you can go into public events, do strikes and stuff like that, and eventually you're going to get gear for that character. But if you also go back on your main character and you have already done a bunch of public events previously, all your medallions and all your tokens and everything that you've picked up that you can cash in for XP at these vendors will have transferred as well. Something pretty interesting is that your inventory, your full inventory, is actually transparent across all 3 of your characters. So if you have like 50 EDZ tokens on your main character and then you go onto your alt, you're going to have 50 EDZ tokens on here as well. So it's very important that you don't spend any of these tokens on your alternate character at all until you've reached level 20 and equipped your highest level gear. I actually made the mistake to not put on my highest level weapons the first time that I went here, and I cashed in about 25 medallions that I had saved on my main account. And it ended up not really helping me out because once I put on all of my weapons for my main account, it ended up that the light level drops weren't even good at all for me. So you do want to make sure that you've equipped your weapons, which is why in the first step I told you guys to make sure you transfer all of your weapons over, because it's going to make this next step a ton easier, and you should be able to get gear that's a lot higher than the light level that you were previously at because of those weapons being equipped. So here you see me dumping all of my materials into these vendors, and eventually these vendors drop me packages which guarantee me drops at a higher light level than what I'm at now. And this also allows me to scrap down my old gear, which gives me more materials for the gunsmith as well, making it even easier to get packages from him as well. So I was able to take my character from about a 200 power level, which is what I was at when I finished the storyline, all the way up to a 254 power level in about 15 minutes. So the one way that I used to get tons of gear really quickly is I went and cashed in all the tokens I had on my other characters, on the characters that I actually needed packages on. Once you hit 265 on your main account, the packages that you drop aren't going to get higher than 265, so you're going to be getting tons and tons of tokens and tons of materials to cash in on your alt, since you won't really need to be using them on your main character anymore. This is where it becomes extremely easy because you can scrap down all your blues, all the stuff that you were saving up throughout the storyline. You can scrap that down for even more XP later on, and this is where you can get tons and tons of packages in just about 5 to 10 minutes because you're going to be cashing in all those old materials for your new character. Now you still will be getting lower level weapons because, as you guys can tell, I got a 252 weapon to drop because I was only 248. Didn't really do much for me because of the fact that I had already transferred my weapons from my main, but this is still a good way to get gear. It won't exactly help your light level, but if you still need legendary weapons or even legendary shards, you still will be receiving those as drops, and there will still be the chance at getting armor as well, which will definitely help your light level out because it'll be guaranteed to drop higher than what you already have. Now, after going to all the vendors that I had tokens for on all the planets, because I had tokens on all the planets to cash in for my main character, I was at a 254 light level. Now, in order to get up to 265, just like you did on your main, you're going to need to get more legendary engrams, and I'm going to show you guys a pretty simple way to guarantee extremely fast legendaries. So about halfway through the storyline, you're going to unlock these 2 quests, one to complete 2 strikes, and the other to complete 3 challenges in any activity. Now, you want to try to do your best not to do these challenges until you've completed the storyline and power levels your character up as high as possible. That way, when you go into your strikes, not only are you going to be having the chance at getting legendary drops from the strike, but you're guaranteed to get the legendary gear just for completing these 2 challenges. So that's going to be 2 legendaries guaranteed just from based off these quests alone, and all you have to do is just save those quests until after the story, and they'll be there waiting for you, and it'll be easy, guaranteed legendaries as soon as you want, anytime you want, and you can do those quests whenever. So after following this method, like I said at the beginning of the video, I was about at 254 light level. The maximum that you can get from engrams at least is 265, so I only need to get about 3 more pieces of gear on this character, and I'm pretty much maxed out and ready to do the Nightfall. So after you've cashed in your tokens on all of the planets, you're going to be at the maximum light level for that character, and from there, all you need to do is some patrols, and you should only need a few more pieces of gear to get to 265. So hopefully this method does help you guys to level up your alternate characters. Now keep in mind, all you really need to do is just go on your main, get those tokens, and transfer your weapons over your alts, and you should be able to power level yourself up quite high within just a few minutes. So if this guide helped you guys out, be sure to drop a like down below. If you guys have any further questions, don't be afraid to drop a comment down below. I will read them all and try to answer them as soon as possible to help you guys out. If you're new to the channel, also consider subscribing for future guides and future content for Destiny 2, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.